Hi, it's Liz and George again, and today we are already in isolation for how many days already?
Just over a week.
Over a week. So we've been working from home, and I think in preparing a lot for our staff. So I don't know whether your company also suffer the same when the motivation goes low, and then we don't know how long we're going to work from home. And as a social creature, we are supposed to interact. And for those who, especially this is critical condition, for those who are used to work on site, meeting people, clients, like all sales rep or people professionals who's meeting with a lot of people, people who works in the stores. Now a lot of malls and stores also all closed, and not only with the time of uncertainty of their job, there's a lot of worried also how they gonna keep their job, how they work from home, what if their goals are not achieved, and I guess a lot of fear and anxiety in the future.
Seeing
And
the surrounding areas gives you a bit of a disheartening feeling.
so maybe you want to share a little bit about condition for Emolite, the factory, the staff, employer, what has been
certainly.
going.
So the factory is working at full speed at the moment. There's no delays with that, but the office staff have certainly been affected quite severely. We had 3 people sick with flu symptoms, and it's a bit scary when it's a similar symptom to the COVID-19. So they were kept home isolated, and that started the ball rolling of having people working from home.
Yeah, we have
So
our
currently
sales rep
more than 50%.
more than 50%,
At
but
the
the one
present
that's
time, yeah.
still working are the factory
Factories
people. Yeah.
full working, at full speed. There's no delays in there.
But
on
how the
office,
people in the factory can keep their social distancing?
because we've got a big factory floor, it's easy for us to separate them and keep at least 1.5 to 2 meters apart. We stop them having lunch together.
Oh, so taking turns?
We schedule, so we've got a team that has a lunch first and another team has a lunch at a second time. We've also broken up, so they have lunch at different places and they don't congregate together.
Yeah.
Even for their tea break and their lunch break. So we staggered those, and just making sure that they wash their hands.
Yeah.
We disinfect all of the door handles, we disinfect all the
Clean everything.
rail handles for the steps, and they don't share, everybody has a specified cup, so they drink out of 1 cup only.
Okay, so but that's all for the factory worker who's still working every day. But for people that working from home, what we do is to keep their motivations on, is still on the go. We give them and ask them to what we call a to-do list or activity lock-in. So everyone, by the end of the day, after 5 o'clock in the afternoon, they have to submit an email back to their supervisor and manager. What are the activities they've been doing? What is the load of their job? This is to keep them on check, because I've seen also, if we didn't have a monitoring like this, we don't know whether our worker work from home, and then whether they're sleeping, whether they're grocery shopping. So this thing really keep the KPI on check all the time. And also we do workshop together, and we give them a social assignment. Let's say for the external sales and the internal sales, they've been assigned to talk, because sometimes you need to keep maintaining those activity, social interaction, and then we try to direct the questions. So it's not just only about, oh, personal, how are you doing? But certain people, let's say A, will talk with B in certain hour, and they do a lot of online. They can do WhatsApp, they can do Skype, they can do Zoom. But then there's assignment. and in half an hour talking with A and B, C and D, E and F, and half an hour they need to fulfill certain of tasks. And after that, after all finished, then they come back, and then we're gonna have a meeting all together to kind of sum it up and discuss further and what kind of insight from that assignment. And if you can do it weekly, I strongly suggest you to do it. It really keeps the mind on the go. It really keeps us keep the mind sharp.
Keeps the team connected.
Definitely.
Yes.
For teamwork. Okay, I think that's all for now. A little bit of tips after we face this COVID for the last 2 weeks with our worker in the company. All right, so stay safe everyone, and see you again.